speaking of getting head from Jen, I talked to Jacob the other day, and I was like, hey, how's it going? And he said something dirty about ladies, and then I said, hey, we should just get the boys together. He says, yeah, I could use that.
Yeah.
I know it's on the table. We should make it happen.
Yeah.
Would he do the trivia night?
Probably. I don't know. If he's not working. It's hard to get him going.
Okay. That'd be cool. You good?
He didn't quit it. That's what I do to all the bitches.
Let me know. Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network. Couch Pilots, all of my friends. The show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, but won't you call me Blackbeard? And across from me is just my beard, Blake Clayton.
I love being your beard. To me, we have a special bond. When two pilots work together in such tandem,
Yes.
we take on one person.
Right.
You're better looking than I am. You're younger than I am. I'm happy to be the beard.
Yeah. This is a gay term, beard, right?
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. I thought I was just being your beard.
You're like a reverse beard, because a lot of times it's a gay guy and he's got a woman, and he said this woman is my beard, because he's like, I don't want people to know that I'm gay, even though I prefer a penis.
Okay.
And then the woman acts as the beard, I guess, is to cover up. But you're a reverse beard, right?
I'm the vagina hair that's not trimmed up? I'm confused.
I was saying that I pretend that I'm gay and use you as my beard, and then I'm really with ladies.
Nice.
I guess. I don't know.
High five that shit.
I guess. Oh, boy.
If you don't do the hand motion, people don't get it.
I'm sorry. What do we say we're going to talk about this week? We got...
Well, there's a lot of stuff we could talk about. CouchCon, Big E being on the last episode. I mean, our numbers.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Your sex life.
All right. Yeah.
My sex life. The fact that I ate during half of the episode last week. I don't know if listeners understood it. But we got some information.
This is what I'm talking about,
right.
Yes.
A lot of people are like, the whole DSJ and the baby thing. Everybody wants to know more and more and more about the baby. And, I understand. I mean, this is a show about me and you and failed pilots, but...
And our adventures.
But DSJ has become such an intricate part.
He's a focal point, some would say. He's the fifth Beetle.
Right. And so a lot of people want to know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he's been, he's had all this turmoil and adventures.
We could go on for hours.
We could. You know what? Screw it. Let's do that. Let's go on for a couple hours.
In 90-some episodes,
yeah.
I mean, so much has happened in his life. If you're a new listener, go back, subscribe to Couch Pilots, and go back and listen from day one and find out the backstory on DSJ.
Listen to the entire ballad of DSJ. He's the tarmac worker. He works for us. He's on the tarmac. He's the guy that you normally see looking out your window when you're about to take off. He's got the golden cones directing the plane where to go.
Sure.
He has Down syndrome, but we don't care about that.
That's not a big deal.
So John is his name. We call him Down syndrome John, DSJ.
He recently had a baby.
Yep. He's always carrying that baby around with him.
Right, and the mother and him are not together.
Right.
But I do have a voicemail from the mother. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, I suppose. I'd like to hear it.
Would you like to hear it?
On the show.
What is going on? Oh, here's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times in my life, I think to myself, Self, why don't you have your shit together?
And what do you find the answer is most of the time to that?
I had the wrong side of the cord in. I need your side of the cord.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Here, take this cord.
That makes everything.
Take this cord, please.
Take this cord and shove it, but I might work.
So DSJ, he's got this baby, and he's pretty much got sole custody of it as of right now. And then the mother's AWOL, but you say
I got a voicemail.
This person called 910 Pilots 1 and left us a voicemail.
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and hear it.
Hey guys, it's DSJ's baby mama here. On one of your episodes, Not Another High School Show, you mentioned how you thought DSJ has full custody of our son, DSJ Jr. Well, I just wanted to call and let you guys know that I do get him on the weekends. DSJ will drop him off every Friday, promptly at 2 p.m., not a minute before, not a minute after. And yeah, I mean, we hang out. He poops a lot, so I have to clean up that shit, but it's cool. We chill, watch Game of Thrones, sing some technotronic, pump up the jam. I do the pump it up, pump the jam, and he's got the part, but that's because he's a baby and he's crying, so, but it fits, and we have fun. And I mean, DSJ and I are new at this parenting thing, and I think we're doing a good job. You know, DSJ Jr. is alive, he's breathing, he's happy, you know. I return him to DSJ like that every Monday. So I think we're doing a good job so far. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know that I do get to see my son. I did pop him out, so I would hope I get to see him. But yeah, keep flying those friendly skies. I got DSJ Jr. listening to you guys, so he enjoys it. He gets scared when the bottle cap kid burps though. But I don't know if he's scared or if he's about to poop, because, again, poops a lot. But, yeah, we enjoy the show, and I know he's going to be happy to have Blake as his godfather. So, thanks. You guys have a great night.
A lot to respond to there.
A lot to.
DSJ Jr., or as I call him, DSJJR.
DSJJR.
Right? That's how I've always referred to him. It poops a lot. It takes after his old man.
Oh, DSJ is always pooping all the time.
He's a big shithead.
Big shithead. You know, and I'm glad he's watching Game of Thrones. I've never seen it, so I'm glad
someone has to watch it.
Somebody has to. It's a popular thing.
I don't want to just show about magic and dragons.
Great. She's really giving him a great taste of early 90s music.
Technotronic?
And pump up the jam. Pump it up.
I say womp up the jams is what I say.
I do too. Womp up the jam, for sure.
Yeah, well, we haven't heard from that person for a while. Well, I don't know if we ever had her name, but she's obviously taking care of the baby, it sounds like. Sees DSJJR every week, right?
Right.
Watching Game of Thrones. I don't know. It sounds like they have a healthy relationship. DSJ doesn't really talk about it a lot.
Sure, and it seems to be, you got to think about the kid, and that's really all that matters. Is the kid happy?
Yeah.
Is it knowing both its parents, or is it growing up? And,
does it know all the characters from Game of Thrones?
Right, because that in itself, keeping track of all the characters is a huge deal.
It's a Herculean task.
Amazing. Like I said, DSJ hasn't been talking about baby mama in a long time, and we don't press it.
No,
but it was great to hear from her, and it was great to see that the junior DSJJR is experiencing both sides of his life
and having frequent movements too.
Oh, if your baby's not pooping, you've got problems.
You need a regular baby, right?
You need a regular baby.
DSJ's mom, she said, "I wish I had a regular baby." Right?
Who doesn't wish they had a regular baby? Now, I don't know. I think you have to wait until it's like 6 months old to have it tested.
For HIV?
No, for Down syndrome.
Oh, you can't tell if a baby has Down syndrome right away?
I don't think so.
There's got to be, like, you prick its finger and you're like, oh, this is the number of chromosomes. But it's not like that. You have to wait till they're 6 months.
I think you have to wait till 6 months old.
Boy, wouldn't that be terrifying? Just like, I'd be scared out of my mind to think, what if my baby doesn't have Down syndrome?
But you have to at least, like, hope for the best. Expect the worst, hope for the best.
You know what I say? I say up with Down syndrome. That's what I say.
Amen to that.
You got some
high five it.
Do you have some fan feedback?
I have a plethora.
These $5 fucking words you're using all the time.
I'm just trying to keep up with you, buddy. You got a $7 word. All I got's 5. We tweeted season 9, episode 5, Pride of the X-Men on our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
On Twitter at CouchPilotSpod, and Monkey Press replies, "Maybe this pilot failed because they don't know how to spell. I'll tune in tonight to find out. #buttpuff, #soapman."
How do you spell X-Men? All right.
Right. I didn't put a hyphen in it because you can't put a hyphen in a hashtag.
Right. So I think you did fine. I said nothing. Pride of the X-Men. How am I going to spell X-Men? X-M-E-N. Right.
Exactly.
What's he talking about?
Tyler, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yep.
He shared our post when Pride of X-Men was released.
That's what you got to do. You got to share it.
Points.
The pachinko machine is lighting up.
Thank you, Tyler. We got some feedback from Dee Dee from Australia.
Great.
It says, in Australia, we don't have wolverines. We have drop bears.
Drop bears?
Drop bears. And you're thinking to yourself, what is a drop bear?
To me, it looks like a coked up koala covered in oil and blood.
Kind of. It says here, there's the next picture. It says, danger, beware of the drop bears. What are drop bears? Drop bears are large, vicious, meat-eating, tree-dwelling, koala-like nocturnal animals who hunt by dropping from trees on their prey.
It's called a drop what?
A drop bear.
Drop bear.
Safety advice. It can be safe in the bush if you follow these simple rules. Always walk quietly through the bush. They're easily startled. Only in daylight, never in dark, without a guide.
Yep.
Remember.
The Titans.
Exactly. Great band. Place a dab of Vegemite.
That's the kind the men at work used to sing about.
Vegemite sandwich. Place a dab of Vegemite behind your ear, each ear. When camping every morning, make toast spread liberally with Vegemite to keep your camp safe. Drop bears hate the smell of Vegemite.
Huh.
Never sleep in a car or tent under a large tree. Remember, be drop bear wise. Look up and live. This way we can all share the bush safely.
So this is a real thing.
It seems to me to be real to me. I mean, it's not like you can make that up. There's a picture of a fucking drop bear.
And that was on our Facebook page?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so people can
yes,
go
sir.
out there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Call me sir going forward, please.
Sir.
So people can go to our Facebook page and see this terrifying drop bear. I've never heard of this.
Scary as hell.
I always hear that if you go to Australia, you have a death wish. If everybody in Australia wants to die. That's why they're there, because everything around them wants to kill them constantly. Add this to the list.
Yeah, because you see a koala bear like, oh, they're adorable. They get high all day and sleep all day. They sleep like 22 hours a day.
Oh, God, that's the dream.
Because they get high off of eucalyptus?
That's how I do it.
Yeah. I put some eucalyptus in a bowl, light it up.
See, I got this vaporizer.
Oh.
That's awesome.
We got another one from Dee Dee.
Right.
This was a direct message, so you guys can't see this. It's a picture of Homer
Simpson
in a cockpit.
Yeah.
And it says, but I keep telling you, I'm not a pilot. And the guy says, and I keep telling you, you fly boys crack me up. I think she added that, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's adorable. We crack her up.
Good.
Great.
I like cracking people up down under.
Down under. On our Instagram page, couch_pilots_podcast, we posted a show art because I post show art.
You always post the greatest show art. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the X-Men, Pride of the X-Men, and Dave from Low Below Podcast.
Dave Rowan,
the homosexual who's gorgeous.
I can't think of a time when I would ever talk about Dave and not mention he's gay.
I think you have to, right?
It is so entwined with his personality.
Exactly. He says, I used to have this on VHS.
Oh.
So bad, it's awesome.
There you go. Look at Dave chiming in.
First time ever.
Love Dave.
Again, Jeb Simpson, who had tweeted us about this misspelling of X-Men.
Yeah.
I posted on Facebook, and he's like, Pride, Pryde, question mark, exclamation point. I said, Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, exactly right.
He says, gotcha.
That's it?
Yeah, he didn't know
So
what
first he's going to complain that we're not spelling X-Men right.
Now he's saying we're not spelling Pride right.
What is he going to complain that we're not spelling of and the? Come on, Jeff.
People and more people.
This show is
What
built on
do
the back
they
of these songs.
not know?
Just about 20 more?
Our good friend Augie.
Oh yeah.
Good friend Augie. He shared the link with the show art.
I love Augie.
I said to Augie, for sharing this, you get 100 frequent flyer points. Dee Dee sees that and said, done and done. I said, Dee Dee, because she shared it as well, not just liked it, shared it as well. I said, Dee Dee, you get 10,000 for all your posts today.
This is what we call a domino effect, right?
It's a domino theory of love.
That's exactly right. All of our frequent flyers are in love with the show, and they want to one-up each other. They want to be the top frequent flyer.
Yes.
They want to reach that top tier, right?
Right.
And now they're trying to outdo each other. Well, I say, you know what? Game on, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
We have an unlimited amount of frequent flyer
We
points.
have 2 pachinko machines. Go for it.
Try
Fight
it
it
out
out
to capacity. I dare you.
Fight it out. Also, so then when Dee Dee shared it, she posted words before. Guys, do yourself a favor, and should I say it in an Australian accent?
Do you want to offend her?
No, I don't want to offend her.
Then you should do it.
Okay. Hello, guys. Do yourself a favor and listen. Have a listen. A very funny, not so PC podcast that reviews some really bad TV pilots.
This is a Robin Leach.
Hey, that's what I was going for. So when I told Dee Dee this, she got 10,000 frequent flyer points.
Yeah.
She is that Colbert?
Yeah, that's Stephen Colbert.
So she posted a GIF, not GIF, a GIF
I was eating some Jif peanut butter last night.
of Colbert punching a calculator.
It's a classic thing where he just like punches his fingers into it. He's not actually pressing a button. He's just like smashing his hand into it, right?
Right, and then I said, and then my response was a portable pachinko machine.
He wishes.
Finally, the last one. I know.
Still more. Holy.
This is a world record.
I don't say criminy a lot.
Jiminy.
Jim. Yep.
What did you say? What?
I said I don't say criminy a lot.
Oh, I thought you said cricket. I was Jiminy Cricket. So,
Yeah.
our good friend Kevin
Kevin
from
Clark?
Let's Try This at Kembo Slice on Twitter said, fantastic episode. Ryan's rating made me want to watch this pilot in regards to pain of the X-Men. Pain in the ass of the X-Men. Because your brother,
God rest his soul,
had listened. Oh, R.I.P. Sorry. Are you okay?
Oh, he's fine. He just has a lot of soul problems.
He's got soul problems. But he gave at a 7.5, which is
He's a real cocky fucker.
Off the Chizards. And so, Kevin, thank you very much for getting a hold of us.
I'm glad you ended on Kevin, too, because I listen to their program weekly right here on the FCF network. And he always says, who's listening to the show? Who is listening to our program? And he's like, we know this lady Samantha. I think it's her name. I don't know. Mm-hmm. He says, I know Blake Clayton listens every week. I listen every week. I send you smart-ass hashtags. Did you hear their call out? Yeah.
They're doing great. And I knew that was you. And I think he did mention, this one's probably from Jason because he knows I'm not funny. I'm always not funny.
That's not true at all.
I'm always not funny.
You're never not funny. I listen to Let's Try This every week.
Yeah.
And I might even run a promo for it later in this show.
Okay.
We'll see how it feels.
Sounds great. So, a total in 2 episodes, we had over 24 fan
That's
feedbacks.
incredible. That really does. I mean,
it's the incredible edible egg.
I suppose that is exactly what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt
Egg
sign.
sandwich.
If someone said to you,
Blake,
Blake, there's a TV show that had only one episode. What would you liken it to? And your answer was an egg sandwich. Then you would be correct. I cannot. So let's. Okay. So last episode, you're eating 2 egg sandwiches. It's toasted bread with just like fried scrambled eggs in it.
Yeah, eggs. Yeah.
Is there any kind of mayonnaise or mustard or paprika mixed into it?
No, not at all.
What is it good? It seems like it would be such a dry sandwich.
Oh no, my wife makes amazing egg sandwiches. My wife.
What does she do that makes them so amazing beyond just being toasted bread and eggs?
Tender loving care.
All right, I want to.
I had texted her during work. I said, "Hey, what time are you guys getting home? You guys having McDonald's? Because that's usually, you know." She's like, "We're already home. We've been home. Eli's already ate."
Nice.
And she brought me down some egg sandwiches.
Aww.
R.I.P.
I wish someone loved me as much as your wife loves
I love you.
I've got someone then. Today we discuss the pilot episode of Legally Blonde from the year of our Lord 2000 plus 3.
Whew.
Great year.
2003.
2 years removed from 9/11.
Yes. 2003. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I was.
You know what? You're a young pup.
I was on my road to recovery from alcohol.
Yeah.
I think I had been
Binge.
No, I had been committed twice to the
Putting out a quality podcast?
7th floor
Okay.
at Methodist Hospital.
All right, I was going to give you an out.
No, that's all right. Me no Nino out. So it was a rough year for me. It wasn't a good year for the Rose.
You're 28 years old.
Yeah.
And that was a rough
Hot
year.
fucking mess. I was sleeping with this girl.
Angie Vecco.
No. Her name, I think, was Stephanie, not Stephanie Clark. It was a difference.
She would have been like 8.
Anyway.
A different 8-year-old.
Yeah. And a girl named Stephanie, and she was married.
Jesus, man.
I know,
Good
right?
God.
And the husband found out.
Good. Just when I think I've heard every weird fucking story you've got.
She was so cute. One time she came over. She had reddish brown hair, very pale, freckles. She was adorable. And she came over one night with bib overhauls on and little Chucks on.
Okay.
Little Converse Chucks.
Sure.
Adorable. Fuck the hell out of her.
All right.
Like it was nobody's business.
Is your wife listening to this?
No.
Jeez.
But yeah.
How does that happen? I know how sex happens, but
First,
where did you
unbuckle the top buckles?
you unbuckle the Oshkosh bagosh? Where do you meet
When you're 8, it's not that hard.
Where do you meet a married lady? At a bar?
No, we had a work relationship, and then that advanced
Okay.
into a bar relationship, which then advanced into a sexual relationship.
And she's still married?
I have no idea. I wish I remembered her last name.
Did
I
you
would
get in
look
a
her up-
fight with the guy?
I would look her up on Facebook. He called me and said some shit, and I was like, "Listen, buddy."
Were you guys buddies?
No.
Oh, so you said it ironically to him.
I said, "Hey, buddy."
You said it. You said it ironically to the man you committed adultery against. Is that right? Oh, mercy me. And that's all it takes, folks. You okay? I'm with you. I'm with you to the end.
I'm good. We had a phone conversation, and basically my sentiment was, if your wife was happy, she wouldn't be over at my house.
Yeah. Was she happy at your house?
Oh yeah.
At least for an hour?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
So she's where do you think she was in the 100?
Oh jeez.
Okay, you're 28 years old, right? So at this point, you've been fucking for a decade or so.
I think she was maybe 76.
76? Yeah. So it really slowed down in the past 10, 12 years.
Well, then I got married for quite a long time overall.
Man, when are you going to write a book?
Nobody's going to read it. They'll just listen to the podcast.
That's true. You can get it all right here, folks, for free every Monday on the FCF network. 2003.
I forgot all about her until we brought that up.
I'm so glad I could be a vessel for that.
A little reminiscing. She's so cute in her bib overhauls.
You got a picture of her?
No.
All right. If you find one, just send that to me. 2003. Let's put our minds in 2003, and not the dirty stuff either that you're talking about. All right, leave that at the door, please.
It was not Stephanie Clark. I just want to make sure you know that.
I totally believe you.
Okay.
Stephanie and I go shopping all the time together, and never once has she ever pointed out that she likes overalls.
They never do anything with me.
Yeah, we shop all the time.
I ask them all the time, you want to do something? And they're always like, we're out of town.
I'm always there, and they tell me to quiet down when you call.
You're always there?
Yep.
Watching Big Brother?
Yeah, we're always watching Big Brother. We watch sometimes the live feed online together. We just sit around and...
I wish I had access to the live feed because I've never seen so many boobs in this year's Big Brother.
Oh, really?
Great boobs.
Great American boobs.
Big boobs. Big Brother boobs.
And stamp that. 2003, you had sex with a girl who was married while wearing overalls, but not everyone did that. I'm sure a lot of people did that, but not everyone. So we want to talk about things that everyone can remember. Everyone can experience.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. This is specific to you, and this is why people tune into the show.
I probably shouldn't have brought that up.
Oh, maybe not. At least you didn't say her whole fucking name like you do half the people.
I don't remember.
Or else you would have.
Or else I would have looked.
Oh boy.
I'm an asshole.
So let's think about things that happened in 2003. The last old-style Volkswagen Beetle rolls off its production line in Puebla, Mexico.
Slug bug.
Boom. Ouch. Stop it.
They're made in Mexico?
You had to punch someone in the shoulder when you said slug.
Oh, my son does it all the time to me.
Because the word slug is right in there. Like you slug somebody.
Exactly.
They
didn't make them in America?
Volkswagen is German, right?
Ah.
Germans are the smartest people in the world.
Yeah.
So they just say, you know what, where do we want to do production? In America? No, those guys are greedy fucks. We send it to Mexico where everyone's poor and we pay them pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
That's smart. J.K. Rowling's fifth Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, is released.
Wow. This show is built in the back of his back burps.
Can't believe it. This show is built on the back of his songs. Have you ever read a Harry Potter book?
I've never read them. I've never even seen any of the Harry Potter movies all the way through.
Have you ever read a book?
Yes, I have.
What's the last book you read?
The last book I read was the the biography of Hank Williams Sr.
Okay, how was that?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I read Mr. Funny Pants by Michael Showalter.
Ooh, you know what? I did read that too.
Oh, did you read that?
Yeah.
Not bad. Funny. A memoir of false starts.
Funny pants, even.
Yeah, he had some funny pants on. It was quite
Likes
literal.
cats.
And sandwiches.
Weird.
I think I saw part of the last Harry Potter movie. I think I fell asleep. A kid was watching it, and I just fell asleep. And then
A kid?
My daughter's brother.
Okay.
That's just a random. Hey, kid, get over here while I sleep, and you watch this final installment of the Harry Potter franchise. But I've never read one of those books.
No.
I have no interest in it.
No, I can't even get through the movie, let alone a book.
Yeah.
Watching a movie is like 10 times less effort than reading a book.
Absolutely. I once dated a girl who loved all the Harry Potter books. And
Really?
and I was like, this. What's that?
No.
Oh, you're going to ask me some terrible question, I think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I was just like, I can't relate to this.
Right.
And I always date
You're not a wizard?
I'm first of all, I'm not a wizard.
You don't have a scar on your face.
Yeah. But like, I often date like younger girls.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like all these girls like things that I cannot relate to. It's like
Sure.
I don't know fucking Harry Potter.
Right.
He's a boy wizard. That's all I know. You're a wizard, Harry. Right. That's it.
Okay.
R. Kelly's Ignition remix was popular on a radio.
Was that before or after he pissed on that girl that was underage?
It's tough to say. It's tough to build a timeline around his urination.
Did you hear about him? He's got like a little like a sex cult right now.
Yeah.
As of 2017, he's got like a sex cult.
I have heard of it.
And the girls won't leave. The girls don't leave.
They like tell him what to dress and how to sex him and then what to eat and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy is so smart. He's worth like $150 million, first of all.
First of all, how is that possible?
Space. He owns I Believe I Can Fly, which is a massive song. You going to sing it for me?
No. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I piss on you night and day. I piss on you in every way.
Great song.
I wish I had a cult of women who just did my biddings.
What would your cult be about?
Sex.
It's okay. So it's just a sex. I think ultimately that's what the cults are for.
Oh,
right?
isn't that all? What all cults are based out of?
You come up with some bullshit dogma that you preach on everyone. And you're like,
Sure.
But by the bylaws say you got to put it in your mouth. You know,
Right.
And they're like, okay, I'll strap
Right.
on my kids and pray to this comet.
Right.
And drink this Kool-Aid.
It reminds me of Bajillion Dollar Properties, I think season 2,
Where everyone jumped on the comet and had sex with each other.
where Lauren Lapkus and the whole Wild Horses gang were part of a cult. And I thought to myself,
Yeah.
I would love to be in a cult with Lauren Lapkus.
I have never seen Bajillion Dollar Properties. I wouldn't mind
Why
seeing
not?
it.
You pay for me to watch it.
I have a problem downloading it. I think it's a code issue or something. I never saw it.
Is it because we're linked only one code per person?
Probably.
You want me to log off?
No, I don't give a shit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't give
Are
a
you
shit
still
about that.
paying for it?
I bought you 6 months of CISO. I don't think
Jesus, I thought you just bought me 3 months.
no, 6 months.
God, you're my best fucking friend ever.
Have you not been using it?
No, I've been using
Okay.
it. I couldn't understand why it kept working.
This is what it is. I have to remember 6 months from when your birthday is to cancel it. I can't just buy 6 months worth. September, is it?
I'm good.
All right, you got some time. Enjoy it. Revel in it, my friend.
There won't be season 4 was filmed, but I won't ever come out. CISO will
Was it in front of a live studio audience?
no, but CISO will die before
Who's going to pick it up? Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
R. Kelly said this is remixed to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. You remember that?
Nope.
Got every man yeah, wishing, sipping on coke and rum. Like so far, I'm drunk.
That was him?
Yeah. Make him gonna have me some fun.
Wow, I didn't know that was him.
And then I think is that the same time that what's that guy Dave Chappelle had the remix, but it was about pee and poo poo.
Oh.
Because he did pee on that girl.
Yeah, he did.
And then finally, if that wasn't enough, right there, 2003, Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera both kissed Madonna at the VMAs.
I remember that.
They're all like, everyone in the world wants to fuck us, so let's just kiss each other.
Right.
And
then
they did do that.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was before Britney Spears lost her fucking mind, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It really started when she shaved her head and beat up a car with an umbrella.
And then got out of the car with no underwear on.
That was great. That was a great moment in music history.
High five that shit.
Oh boy.
Thanks for doing the hand part.
You bet. If Britney Spears' vagina doesn't put me back in 2003, I don't know what does. Why did we choose to watch Legally Blonde?
There's 3 simple criteria that we use to decide what we're watching here on Couch Pilots. 1, it had to be one and done. It did never go to series. Pilot was made, whether it was watched or whether it was broadcast or not is irrelevant.
Right.
If it did not go to series, it's all good. Number 2, we had to find it on the internet.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the people's house to watch the screener? No, we're not.
Hello, will you let me in to watch your screen?
Get out of here, sir.
Well, but I have a podcast. I gotta record.
I don't care.
Number 3, it had to be free.
Yeah.
We cannot pay for we are in the red as we speak.
Building up to CouchCon, we are like liquid money poor.
Right. If Kevin doesn't come through with another distributor for those T-shirts, we're fucked because we laid down $12,000 just for the T-shirts, not including the cozies.
Right. Not including the pens to where I'm dressed one way and you lift the pen upside down and my clothes come off.
Right. Not even the Couch Pilots dildos.
Yeah.
They're glow in the dark.
What were those made of again?
Huh?
What were they made of? They're the Couch Pilots dildos are casts of our penises, respectively.
Silicone Valley.
No, they're made out of asbestos.
Oh, that's right. Asbestos.
Because we want to make sure they were fireproof.
I get those two mixed up.
Asbestos and what? Silicone?
Silicone.
Yeah, most people do. Where can you find the entire episode of Legally Blonde? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or download the app for Daily Motion, and won't you please check out all of the commotion?
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Take to the air.
Here we go.
To the air, my friend.
You're getting it up.
Yes. And then after I do the thing that gets us up, you shall do everything in the middle.
And then when we're ready, you'll get it back down.
That's exactly right.
DSJ
A-OK.
with DSJ Jr.
DSJJR. Sorry, the pilot. Elle Woods, a Barbie doll, reaches out for her dreams of becoming a lawyer. Now, it should be said that she's not an actual Barbie doll. She's a human being.
Right, yeah. If it was a Barbie doll, we would have still shot photo things.
And she couldn't, like, oh, you mean, like, what is that called? Now you fucked me up, too. It's a claymation, right?
Sure.
I don't know. Like Robot Chicken,
Right.
Whatever that is. Shit, that's going to bother me now, what that's called.
Stop motion.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so she. I'm sure Elle Woods can bend at the knees, unlike Barbie, right?
I hope so.
Oh, shit. I'm going to ask you to bend at your knees, and I'm going to whip your hide raw if you comment during the section affectionately known as Interesting Facts.
Okay.
That was a long road to get there.
Yeah, I was going to say that was kind of a weak summary, but go ahead and interesting facts. Conrad rule, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Conrad rule and put your right hand on top of your forehead.
This keeps getting longer. Interesting Facts is a portion of the show where we tell you more. They say, I like Legally Blonde. I want to watch the pilot.
Legally Blonde was a movie with Reese Witherspoon.
Correct. And they made a sequel with Reese. And then there's a third one with not her in it, but other girls.
No.
It's a straight-to-DVD thing, I think. It's called Legally Blondes. I think it's like twins. It's probably like her.
Was it with a parentheses? Or with a what's it called?
An apostrophe?
Apostrophe?
Legally Blondes.
Was it apostrophe?
Legalese? Lebanese Blondes.
Lebanese. That sounds good. Kumail Nanjiani could have been in that.
I think he's Pakistani. Which is worse.
I just wanted to tag him in this.
Yeah, they mentioned me in Couch Pilots in my accent. Do not comment on these facts I'm about to give you. Just take them in. Take them in and enjoy them, and don't taint someone else's experience. Hilarious. What? Your Michael Jackson laugh?
Michael Jackson has seen plenty of taints.
This pilot was produced in 2003, the same year as Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde was released. I don't know. I think that's good, Red, White, and Blonde. You could have said Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blue, because it rhymes with 2, but they chose to say Blonde instead.
Legally Blonde 2, this time it's penetrable.
This time you know what to do, too. Stars Jennifer Hall as Elle Woods. You may know her from the short-lived television series on NBC, Up All Night, and the poop movie Bewitched. Did you ever see Bewitched? Of course
No.
not. Of course not.
No.
You've seen 8 movies in your life. You can recount 3.
But I loved them.
They're the best movies you've ever seen.
The best movies I've ever seen.
And who doesn't like a good movie? Christian Borle was nominated. This is a guy who was in the show. He was nominated for the 2007 Tony Award in New York City for supporting or features an actor in a musical, Legally Blonde the Musical, and recreated his role in the film version of the stage play.
Which character was he?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And you know what? For a title, Legally Blonde, as popular as it was, Interesting Facts over.
Whoa.
There's not a lot there.
Okay.
Sometimes you scour and you scour and you scour and you
And
just
you start bleeding. Mm-hmm. Oh.
and you've dug too deep. You start going back the other way. You kind of fish hook yourself. You get caught. It's
disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
It's messy.
It's not worth your time.
Not that many facts.
At some point, you have to cut the cord and say, "There's nothing else out there. No one gave a shit enough."
Right.
That's it. That's all you can say. Twitter responses.
I pretty much doubt Jason got any Twitter responses.
He's right. Now let's try this.
Hey everyone, this is Steph from Let's Try This, your new favorite podcast. My co-host Kevin and I don't always have a lot in common, but we do happen to be married to each other, and we're not afraid to get a little passive-aggressive.
That's just what I think.
Are you serious?
Well, okay, Mrs. Perfect.
Every week we discuss stuff like professional wrestling, reality TV, pop culture, and life as newlyweds, but that's just the beginning. You can always expect us to try new things, hence the name. So buckle up and join us every Thursday for some fun and maybe even some fights on the Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network at fcfnetwork.com and everywhere you find podcasts. Let's try this because you just might like it.
And just to clarify,
Crawling back to you.
Just to clarify,
Yeah.
Stephanie Clark is not the same person that I had sex with in 2003.
Right. Yeah, I think you've made that abundantly clear.
I just want to make sure.
To the point where now it's just becoming questionable why you keep bringing it up.
I don't want Kembo to come after me and just be like, hey.
And call you on the phone and you call him, hey, buddy?
Hey, buddy. No. I love, seriously, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I would say the Let's Try This, besides the ones that I'm involved in, Let's Try This is in my top 5 podcasts. Every time I listen to it, I get tickled pink.
That's high praise. I think the last one I heard, they were talking about Big Brother, and they had a guest call in.
Yeah, they had a guest call in.
Very knowledgeable guest about Big Brother.
She did great. I don't know what that girl does for a living, but she watches a lot of TV.
It sounds like it.
They're guests.
Yeah.
But a girl that watches wrestling, come over to my house with bib overhauls on. I'm ready.
Let's Try This every Thursday on the FCF network. Great program, in-depth discussion with a married couple, and it's great.
Newly married. That's what it is. It's a newly married couple. Now I can't wait until in 20 years from now I'm still downloading up to, episode 3004, right? And they're still married because I know they will be.
Sure,
I'm going to be there for their 40th wedding anniversary.
I bet you will.
I'm going to DJ it.
Eric.
Eminem reference.
Glad I waited for that.
It's because I put my finger up. But anyway, great show. I love their interaction. It you know what? To be honest with you, they could tell me the stock market prices,
right?
And their interaction is what makes the show entertaining.
Yeah, they play off each other well. They're meant to be.
And eventually, Stephanie's going to punch him in the face.
Oh, boy. You think so?
Oh, she's going to slap it.
I think she's too even-keeled to raise her hand.
At some point, there will be a breaking point, and she will slap him across the face, and we're going to hear it live, and she's going to try. She's going to be like, try this.
Oh, shit. Let's Try This podcast every Thursday right here on the FCF Network, free of charge. And what a delightful listen, right? They say, try this because you just might like it. And guess what? What do you have to lose? You listen to it and you like it. Right. Guess what? Now you have something that you like every week.
Oh my God!
What a burden!
Like this. This is horrible. I like something.
Let's break down this fucking pilot. Legally Blonde, Elle Woods. There's your main character in Beverly Hills. It opens up with like a bird's eye view over her in her bed and her getting up and
her dog has like the eye cover on. Nice.
Nothing's gonna. I remember the song. I don't know who sings it. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
It sounds terrible. But it's like a montage of, hey, this is who I am. This is where I am in my life. Here's my routine.
Yeah, she's in bed. She's wearing a silky like negligee, and so is her dog. And like she got the little eye cover things to help her sleep, and so does her dog.
She's at Harvard Law, right? She's walking around the campus, bright pink, got a dog, Paris Hilton style, and a purse.
Sure.
And she sticks out like a sore thumb because everyone else is kind of nerdy and wearing very earth tones.
Sure.
But she sticks out. She's like a beacon.
Pink. There's never been so much pink in one
pilot
outfit.
Yeah, for sure. She walks by an old building and she sees an opportunity there. Like, oh, there's something for rent in this beautiful old brownstone. There's an apartment
for
yeah.
Love me some brownstone.
You love brownstone?
Mr. Brownstone, why can't you be for rent? I can knock on your door.
Is that Guns N' Roses? It cuts to her in class. They're going over a case. Elle kind of speaks up and kind of corrects her teacher. I thought it was kind of a bullshit, lazy... Because they want to show that I am the beautiful, kind of empty-headed, pink cheerleader Elle Woods, but she's got some brains in her.
Yeah,
but I think this is a lazy attempt to show that.
She brought her dog into the class, too.
Yeah, that's fucking miserable.
I think it's against health department regulations.
Yeah, absolutely. So she must have some sort of medical slip from her doctor saying it's like a prescription dog, right?
What's
therapy dog?
Therapy dog. And she sits right next to Keaton.
Yeah.
Westcott. Yeah. Keaton Westcott is going to be her arch nemesis, just to let you know. She's kind of a goth girl. I know, not goth, but she's dark hair, straight down, plain Jane, very always wearing black.
She ran into her, I think, outside by that building. They both kind of saw that post.
They're both looking at the apartment for rent.
She was kind of shitty to her, and of course, they end up sitting right next to each other in class.
Yeah, and Keaton basically is calling her names and like basically referring to her and her dog as like Dorothy and Toto.
Yeah. Yeah, she says, why don't you go back to, wherever you came from.
The Land of Oz.
Yeah. And then next you got another song that we've heard before that Making My Way Downtown. Wasn't that on the Gramercy Park show?
I think so.
When that opened up? And then, so it's cut to a different scene and actually before that, the teacher sets up a mock trial. She says, we're going to have this mock trial and here's your team. And of course, those two are on a team together. And then these other
Professor Abbott?
I didn't get the name of that.
Professor
sorry.
Abbott.
But these other kids they keep panning to during the class and all these class reactions, these kids that they keep panning to are her team. So you got 4 people, teams of 2, each taking a side of a case.
Yeah, so they have Oscar and Keaton are one team. Oscar Benjamin, he's like the hunk of the class.
Oh, he's a hunk, baby.
Oh, he is a hunk. And then Mason, not Mason Reese. Let's close the book.
Let's close the book on Mason Reese.
Mason and Elle Woods are going to be on a team as well, and it's regarding the First Amendment, which gave us freedom of speech.
Absolutely, and the right to have bare arms, which you're taking advantage of this evening with your sleeveless shirt, right?
Okay, first of all, I'm glad you did notice. Second of all, what do you think? A scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of me with cut off sleeves showing my arms?
This is what I think. I think that you've been rocking out in the swimming pool all summer. You are golden bronze right now. It's working.
I have never in my life cut the sleeves off of a shirt.
Yeah.
I did this to this shirt because the sleeves were too short because my mom bought it at the Goodwill.
Okay.
And I looked in the mirror and I was like, fuck yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So Elle, in the next scene, she arrives at a shop. And she's talking to this guy, and this young guy and this old guy, and they're talking about the singer-songwriter Dido.
I don't remember Dido at all.
Remember that song "Stan" by Eminem?
Yeah.
That's the woman in that song.
Oh, okay.
She had another hit unrelated to that. About a bed at all. Right?
Morning rain comes from my window, and I can't see it all. Even if I could, it would all be great.
Your biggest fan, Stan. So they're talking about Dido, which throws like a massive stamp of when this episode came out.
Exactly. How do you spell Dino?
D-I-D-O.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was creative.
Nope.
D-I-D-O.
Dido.
No. D-I-D-O.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
I gotcha.
So the shop is across the building that she's interested in renting, and she can't get a hold of the person that's renting the place. Is this what we're doing?
No, go ahead. It's called an undertrack.
Okay. And she's saying, "Hey, I'm interested in renting this apartment. I can't get a hold of this woman. How do I do it?" And they think these guys in the shop across the street might know something about it since they're right there. But obviously, these are people you're just going to run into over and over. These are going to be characters in the episode. So they help get a hold of this woman because they know her. No, keep going. Keep going.
No. Sorry. That's very distracting.
Not at all. She tours the apartment and there's a montage.
Oh, yeah. This is an annoying montage. She's like jumping around and she's acting like she's 5 years old.
All these different poses and places in the apartment that she's loving, and she's twirling around and she's throwing her dog against the wall, and she's just going nuts. And it's exactly $1 billion a month to live there.
Exactly.
They don't tell you how much, but at Harvard and a brownstone, all wood like that, it's a zillion billion dollars to live there.
And this is when I think they mention. I think this is the point where they mention something in regards to there's already been other applicants for this apartment.
Yep.
And she says, shoot, 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 shoot.
Yeah, she really plays I'm a giant idiot.
Fucking
airhead, yeah.
Punch me in the face.
And the next you got Casey, who's the shop kid. He's there. He took her over there. And she's saying all this airhead, like ditzy shit. And the kid's kind of interpreting, the kid from the shop, Casey, he's interpreting what Elle is saying to the real estate lady. Because she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're a retard.
Right.
And then they find out there's another applicant. And it turns out it was Keaton, the bitch from earlier, who she's also teamed up with the mock trial.
Right. And then there's a montage of her and Keaton in their separate interviews for the apartment.
And Keaton is saying all the right things, like I go to bed early, I don't party.
I'm going to be a lawyer. I don't like pets.
Yeah.
I'm OCD.
And Elle's like, I love parties. I got this dog that'll shit all over the wall I just threw it against,
Right.
And it's like, why would you tell her all this shit? How stupid are you that you would say these things to someone when you're trying to rent an apartment?
The next scene is they're in the Mason and Elle Wood are in the library.
Yep.
Preparing for the mock trial.
If you're going against two people, why are you sitting at the next table? Shouldn't you be having like a secret strategy somewhere?
Right, they're right across. And Oscar starts flirting by unbuttoning his shirt across the way of the library.
Elle wasn't having it. I was having it.
Oh, I was like, come on, Oscar, let's take it all off, baby. Oscar goes over, flirts with her. He says, like, just go out with me one time, and I will rock your world, basically.
I think that is what he says.
Yeah, and Elle was like, nah, stupid. I'm trying to practice for this test.
I'm just a widow girl. I don't know.
I like money. I smell my panties. They're just like $100 bills.
God.
So Keaton, who's Oscar's partner, goes over to the table and starts bullying.
Yeah, she kind of corners Elle.
Yeah.
And she lets her have it because she thinks she's just skating on her good looks, which is probably pretty true.
Exactly true. Good looks and money, that's what if you take good looks, money, and a pair of bibble overalls, guess what you got?
You got adulterous behavior. The next scene, Elle is walking through the park with Casey. So, like, she just met him at this shop. He took her over there to meet this lady, and now they're friends. They're, like, gallivanting through the park together.
Yeah, it was weird.
Anyway, the next day, Elle and Mason are dressed exactly the same at the mock trial, right?
Right. Mason's dressed as a girl because the case has something to do with a guy wanting to play field hockey, and it's his First Amendment right, I'm assuming somehow.
I guess. I was really thrown off by the mock trial, and thankfully we didn't have to sit through a lot of it.
Exactly. And basically Mason comes in, and he's dressed as a girl, exactly like Elle would, and they're like, see? Just because somebody dresses something in the uniform, something.
Yep, she kind of flusters Keaton with this tactic,
right?
And
because you think she has the upper hand. You think that Elle Wood has the upper hand.
But thankfully, it jumps to the closing arguments because I couldn't stand to watch the entire case. And then Elle tells some cheerleading story to close her closing argument to kind of strengthen her case. And she does give it what is seemed, by the tone of the music, is a compelling argument.
But Professor Abbott's not having it.
Well, I don't think that. I think she is pleasantly surprised with all the work that Elle has put into it. But at the end, you're right. She sides with the other party, with Keaton and Oscar. And then back at the shop, Elle is talking to Casey, and I think the old man is Henry.
Yeah.
And the real estate lady shows up and she says, "Elle, you get the apartment."
Hey!
All right.
Something's good's going for Elle Wood after she lost the mock trial.
Thank God. In the next scene, Keaton and her mother are walking down the street, and Keaton is getting like verbally beat up by her mom. She's like, "Why are you doing all this schooling? You should be back home, on our acreage or our estate, being a what do they call that? A young
well, she wants her
debutante.
Yeah, but she wants her to go and apply for the sorority.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to. Sororities are stupid. She's like, but you will be nothing. I mean, we've had senators, we've had judges, and if you don't do this, she goes, to be honest with you, you won't be able to hold up.
Oh. Ooh. And Elle overhears this. She's kind of at the stoop of her brownstone, and she overhears this. And then Keaton's mom leaves, and then she stops Keaton and says, "Hey, if you need a place to stay, I got an extra room. You should be here."
And she's like, "Oh, I don't need to. My family is so rich."
And the sound cuts out, doesn't it?
Yeah, for a minute.
Yeah. What do you got there? And then in the final scene, Casey, I believe, is helping Elle move into her new place. They have some sexual tension.
Dildo. This is the band Dildo.
Dildo?
It's hard to focus.
No, I've got it.
Okay. Hit it.
They have some sexual tension at the apartment. They do. She gets
Casey.
up from moving. Yeah, Casey.
Okay.
I wish it was Keaton and Elle. That would be great. That'd be a whole other story, I think. And then Keaton arrives at the front door, and she says, "Hey, I just need a place to stay for 2 weeks."
Just 2 weeks because they're remodeling.
And then right then, hey, she's going to stay. They're going to be roommates forever. They're going to have a semi-contentious but friendly relationship where they're the odd couple, laying the groundwork for a series that would never come. A friendship is forged. The end. Oh, turbulence.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Legally Blonde, Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon has always been one of my, like, I want to bone her.
Not me.
What?
No.
Why?
I think she's got a weird mouth and chin combo, and she's.
So would you fuck Drew Barrymore? Then
This is not. You can't relate the two.
They're exactly the same. Drew Barrymore and Reese Witherspoon are exactly the same.
Not in my book. Okay, first of all.
Well, your book is closed.
Let's close the book on me, please. But Reese Witherspoon, Legally Blonde, box office gold, right?
Yeah.
Legally Blonde 2, probably made its money back and maybe just a little on top of that, but enough to call it quits, right?
Sure.
You got a play version, theatrical stage production. You got a direct-to-DVD sequel. This is a fairly successful franchise.
Did you ever see Reese Witherspoon?
Elba Fudd.
In Walk the Wine?
As June Carter Cash?
Oh, she was great. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout.
Did you do the singing for that movie?
No, but the soundtrack? No,
Yeah.
but I will tell you that I did go see that movie first day, afternoon showing.
And that's one of the 8 movies you've seen is Walk the Line, huh?
Besides Al Pacino movies, I've seen every Al Pacino movie. If we ever talk about an Al Pacino movie, I've seen it.
Al Pacino?
Al Pacino machine. Hooah!
This show didn't work. We know it didn't work because it only had 1 episode. But why didn't it work?
Where do I start?
I would say start at the beginning and then move forward from there.
Start number 1. The actress that played Elle Woods was horrible. I understand you're supposed to be a ditzy blonde and you're supposed to be a rich, but she did a horrible job of acting. It was worse than a ditzy blonde. It was just like there was no depth at all to her brain.
I've seen Legally Blonde, and it came out at a time when I worked at a video store, so we would play it a lot because it was like PG or PG-13. And, I think Reese Witherspoon, while I don't necessarily care for her as an actress, I think she did a good job in that role. She brought the right mix of, ditzy, but also carried some weight with her, too.
Right.
But you're right. This girl is all fluff. She sucked.
Oh, yeah. She was horrible. The acting was horrible. I would say that it's so horrible that she was the worst actress that I have seen in any pilot.
What? Holy cow. Even worse than Tobor?
Worse than Tobor. He had all his lines right.
Yeah, the acting was not great. And I mean, I know this sounds very shallow of me, but she's supposed to be like super hot. I didn't think she was that good looking.
No, besides her eyes.
I don't know. Her acting was stupid. She was too flighty and stupid for this.
The script story was horrible. I mean, there was no. I mean, I know you're introducing this. Right. I understand, but there's already been 2 movies made. How much introduction do you have to do? You cannot. 9 times out of 10, you cannot take a movie and try to make it into a television show. Just like last week with Driving Miss Daisy.
Right, that didn't work.
It never works. Clerks. Yeah. Was another one.
They kept leaving their jobs all the time.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like, it's very rarely do you, if you could name, if a listener can name a movie that is then turned into a TV show besides Star Trek.
Besides what? Star Trek?
Star Trek.
I can name one.
One.
Off the top of my head, I'm thinking Fargo. That was a movie. And it only is a half of one because it's not taking the same characters. It's taking like kind of the tone of Fargo.
And I never saw the series, so I'll give you that.
The series is good.
Okay.
I would take that. But there are not many examples, I think, of where it went really well after that.
I'll give you 1,000 bonus points if you will put something on our Facebook or Twitter of a movie that had a successful run as a TV show.
Probably the most successful, and I'm going to say you can't use this, frequent flyers, MASH, right? Nothing more successful than MASH.
There was a movie?
Originally a movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, if I were to improve this, I would say get someone else to be the lead role. Put a little depth to these characters, right?
Keaton is not a very good actress either.
I thought she was cuter than Elle.
She was cuter.
I liked her,
like in a goth sort of way. Like I want to strap her to
unstrap her overalls,
a leather. You know what? Come on.
What?
I'm trying to be honest with you and tell you about my sex life.
What?
And you tease me about it.
You don't like being teased?
Only my taint.
Taint teaser?
You teen teaser.
If this had gone on, I would say I always like to take pilots that I don't think are very good and send them off into a completely different direction. Boy, what could we do? She's at Harvard, right? Harvard Law.
She gets crabs. She gets pregnant. That's it. She's
Okay.
at Harvard Law School.
Yeah.
She gets pregnant by Casey, and that's where you go. Like, how does she get through college with a baby with Casey?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, there it is. There it is.
His Sunshine Band takes up the whole apartment.
Yeah. Make a little love, right? Get down tonight. You're not happy with that?
No.
They're going to be here. They're going to be in the Peoria
I
area.
know they are with the mummies.
All right, let's begin our final
That was
descent.
bad. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
What is your guess at the IMDb score?
6.5.
You really okay? Is this even fun anymore? You just say the same thing week after
It's
week.
fun to the listeners.
Okay,
Because I know right now, Big E was welding today. He was at work. He was, and you're like, "What do you think the score is, Blake?" And he probably said to himself, 6.5. And when I said it, it's perfect.
Well, that was for you, Biggie. Well, you're right. It's from 64 ratings, not 6.5. But it was 5.8. A 5.8. And
Not good.
you know what else is not good? There's nothing else out there about this.
There's 65 ratings, but how many comments?
None. There are no viewer
So
reviews.
they'll push 1 through 10, but they won't say why they pushed it.
That's exactly right.
You know what? That's why this podcast was made. That's why we started this podcast, because of lazy fucking people like that. We'll spend an hour and a half talking about something.
Yeah. Yeah.
We give interesting facts.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's a whole array of things that we do here. But this is not on Rotten Tomatoes. Sometimes I like to give that score. There's no critic reviews. There's no viewer reviews. No one's talking about this.
Was it broadcast?
It didn't say. I would almost say it probably wasn't. There's no information about this show. I'm really scraping the bone here.
Mystery.
That's right. You know what? Let's just land this thing and be done with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Are you singing "Building a Mystery" by Sarah McLachlan?
No, that was Stan.
Stan again?
Stan, why are you so mad? I do
Stand
want you
in the place where you live?
I do want you as a fan. I just don't want you to do some crazy shit. I don't know.
You really love Eminem. You know a lot of Eminem lyrics.
I do know a lot of Eminem. You know what? Listen,
Yeah.
I do like Eminem.
Sure.
I do think there was a part of his career, just like any other musician,
Right.
where he was really good. There was parts when he was bad. There was parts when he was good. But I do like Eminem.
Good. Let it be known, right?
From this day forward, Blake liked Eminem. I like Slim Shady.
Yeah. We bantered. Remember that?
Yeah, we bantered a little bit, did some fan feedback.
Yeah. We talked about what happened in the year this came out. We talked about how old we were.
We talked about a girl that had sex with.
I don't want to tease you anymore.
I don't want to tease.
We talked about the interesting facts. We told you there were no Twitter responses. We broke down the show. We gave you little bits of why it didn't work and how we could improve it. Gave you some bits. And then we began our final descent. A lot of fruitless energies, though. There was not a lot here.
No,
there's
there's not a lot of meat. There's not a lot of gristle to this.
No, it's all junk. 1 to 7. That's the rating system based on the television program Wings from the 1990s. It's all the characters in Wings. 1 is the worst character. It's Roy Biggins. He's terrible. And you go all the way up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7's the best. That's Brian Hackett. That's what you want. If you're a pilot, you say, I want one Brian Hackett, please.
Party guy Brian Hackett.
Hell yes. So, Captain.
Hell yes.
I turn to you. How do you rate Legally Blonde?
I've never done this before.
Oh wait, yes. Last show you teased, as I was teasing you earlier, all of our frequent flyers by saying there is a couch pilots first.
There's 2 first.
I am having trouble reading you on whether or not you like this or not. So I'm not sure what this first is. You didn't tell me before we started. I'm anxiously awaiting a couch pilots first.
The first, because there's 2 firsts.
All right.
The first is you give your rating first.
Okay. Boy, I did not care for this. I can't see it going anywhere. The acting was not great. I'm going to have to give this a 3. There's been things way worse than this, but there's been a lot of things better. This does not deserve to be a series. I'm going to say a 3, and I'm going to stand behind it.
Here it is.
Okay.
The second first. Couch Pilots. It's never happened before.
Okay.
I'm giving Legally Blonde a 0.
What?
It was horrible. It was the worst. I would rather watch The Tribe again. This was horrible. I hated it.
Really?
I hated every second of it. I thought the acting was horrible. I thought the storyline was horrible. I would tell Dee Dee, because Dee Dee watches every one of these pilots.
Yeah.
Dee Dee, don't watch this.
Now,
don't waste your time.
This is a new bottom. Okay, now let me ask
0.
you this. Now, I know you're saying Tribe, but maybe you've forgotten about this horrible little gem, the Crystal Cube.
It's worse than the Crystal Cube.
No, it is not.
It is. I'm giving it a 0, and you can't change my mind.
What did you get? I thought you gave the Crystal Cube a 0.
This never had. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I gave it a 1 because I had to.
All right.
0.0.
You really, really hated this.
I hated it. It was awful. The only thing I liked about it, the only thing it had going for it was 26 minutes long. If you would have made me watch this with an hour, I would have turned it off. It was horrible.
That's not the spirit of the show at all.
I know it isn't. But the acting was horrible. The script was horrible. Do not watch this. Just listen to this and chuckle. 0.
Wow. A Couch Pilot's first, and with that, we close the book on Legally Blonde, and we will never mention it again.
Forever and ever. Amen. But America.
Join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Where Have All the People Gone? Here's a little something to wet your whistle. A strange series of solar flares proves fatal for the inhabitants of the Earth, except for a fortunate few who are somehow immune from the effects. Animals go insane, and human beings begin to turn to white powder, leaving behind only empty clothing. A handful of survivors attempt to rebuild their lives on the depopulated Earth. You can find the entire episode by subscribing to Couch Pilots in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice. And then won't you please click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube. And you know what to do, Tube. That's right. Blake, people want to contact us, and there are ways to do it.
There's a plethora. Let's
Stop using these $5 words. You're really shaming me in front of my audience.
CouchPilotspodcast.com.
Yeah.
Links to our social media, all the episodes. You can search by date. You can search by title. You can search by word. Go there. Listen. Check it out. You can even email us from there.
Yeah.
Our email address is couchpilotspodcast@gmail.com. But if you go to couchpilotspodcast.com, you don't even have to know that.
Yeah.
Email us from there.
Everything is right there. Go to that website. It's all laid out right in front of you. Super easy, super convenient. I'm actually pretty impressed with what we're doing there.
Everything except one thing.
And that's the call-in number. That's 910-PILOTS-1, 910-745-6871. If you want to contact us, if you want to call the show, leave a voicemail. Anytime you contact us in any format, anytime you share, you're getting frequent flyer points. But we love when you call the show.
Love it.
We play it right here, live, and you'll have a real-time reaction to it.
Yeah.
So give us a call any time of day. Usually the middle of the night works the best.
I don't know how much it costs for you to call from Australia to here, but I'm saying right now that if you call the dial-in number, I will pay your charges.
Oh, wow. How do you like that? Whew. FCFnetwork.com. You got great archive shows there. FCF Network is our home. That's the network that we call home. That's where we take off our hats, because we always wear hats. We take our hats off at the end of the day, and we rest them there.
Put it on a little hook. Put on a little hook.
Yeah.
Take off our pilot scarves.
Yeah, we take off our scarves. We
take
hang
off our pilot jackets, our leather bomber jackets.
That's exactly right.
We take off our pilot trousers. We hang them up.
Yeah.
And we say FCFnetwork.com is where we are.
This is where we lay our head, right?
You know, we spend a lot of time at the airport.
Yeah.
But we live, breathe.
Yeah.
FCFnetwork.com.
That's exactly right. And other shows here, we talked about Let's Try This already. You got Drunken Lullabies. You got the Low Blow podcast, right? You've got archive shows such as IBWIP, 300 episodes there. You got Sex with Heather, great archive shows, maybe?
No, yeah.
Still there? Okay.
No,
you lost your headphones.
I dropped my $400 pair of
And then there's we've got a couple shows in the cooker right now, so though I can't really announce anything yet, but by the time this episode airs, we might have a few new shows on the network. Check them out. It's all free.
The contracts haven't been signed.
That's right.
I mean, we're not legally blind. We know that we have to sign the contracts first.
That's exactly right. Anything else you'd like to say, Captain Philip, rest assured?
No, I don't really like to spend too much time after we've spent so much time.
That's right.
Talking. We love our fans. We want more fans. We will never forget our OGs.
We'll never forget.
But tell people about the show. If you have a Twitter, tweet it. Do some hashtags that are like hashtag Trump. Just put Couch Pilots Podcast, link to this episode, and put hashtag Trump.
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen, huh?
Nothing. Nothing can happen to you, but we'll get listeners. We want people to hear this show. We think it's good. Well, Jason doesn't, but I think this is a good show.
I don't care for it.
And we want the Couch Pilots universe to grow.
And there's only one way to do that, and that's with your help.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. Wow. Wow, oh, wow.
Wow, 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 wow. Stephanie, I miss you.
Which one is this you're talking about?
Huh?
Which Stephanie do you miss?
Stephanie Clark. I haven't seen her in forever.
This pilot may have been rough, but it's always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Really build your ass out of that one, buddy.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
This has been a Fakakta Comedy Funhouse production, produced by Jason Tosher, executive produced by Blake Clayton. For more information and content, go to fcfnetwork.com.